Ain't no BS going on. I'm gonna try to do my best not to cuss on y'all's platform. I'm be respectful. But when you're with me on an intimate level and ain't no BS going on, I'm cool. I'm chill. But the moment you bring me out of character, you can expect that it don't matter who you think you are, it's up. I don't care. So I just don't get why she acting like that's brand new. That's not brand new.
Right, right. Even the text messages, what were the text messages supposed to expose? Because I didn't really see nothing besides you saying that you weren't ready to leave your kids for 4 days to join a rigged TV show.
Okay, and not to include, I got the real receipts, hunty. Okay, okay, clock it.
When you gonna post
Um,
them? Because we thought you was gonna post them. What's up? We
oh, baby,
waiting.
you know I had to go get my baby from school, and I'm waiting for the other ones to get home from the bus right now. So once I get everybody situated, receipts are getting exposed. But my whole thing is, you posted about a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't post anything else. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
post about you begging to be with me. You ain't posting about you trying to get me to say I'm in love with you when I clearly said no, I'm not. There's a lot of things that you're leaving out in those text messages. Why you ain't post the ones about you admitting that you and Dimples did what y'all did? Did you post those? Like, where is everything? Why are you only posting what you want to post? See, I'll post everything, and I don't care about anybody's opinion about what I said to her in the text. I never have.
Right, right.
But you want to have post receipts, and then it's supposed to be off the topic of her godmom. Girl, I have never willingly or consented to leaving my kids with your godmom. And that's no
Right.
shade towards your godmom. It's more so I don't know that woman. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's a
Mm-hmm.
stranger to me, and she's even more so a stranger to my kids. How the hell am I going to leave a stranger with my kids for 4 days to go be on a show? I
Right,
asked my
right.
sister. I asked my sister. That's why I told her, figure out when, because my sister in California that has a son who's also autistic is the only person that I'd be like, hey, sis, can you come down for these dates so I can go do whoop de whoop? Because she's the
Right.
only person that knows my kids enough to leave them with her.
So what
So
do
what
you
was that?
say
What was the
about
receipt supposed to prove?
and even her talking about your crib? Now we have had our run-ins on this app. We have ran down on each other. I have tried to bury you at one point. I said, we have said some shit to each other, but I also had tried to just speak love into you. And like I said, ever since then I just, decided that certain things as far as your kids I wasn't gonna speak on. Well, I didn't
Right.
really speak on them before, but I just
No,
decided
you
that
didn't. I don't think I've
yeah,
ever heard you say anything out of line about my
yeah,
children.
yeah, because
You
that's
might have
just
got in
that's
my
that's
head,
not
but
me. That's just
Thank
not
you,
me, and,
Mimi,
and,
for
and
the
and it's
super
not gonna be me.
sticker.
Thank
right.
you,
I'm sorry,
Mimi.
tell Mimi thank
Um,
you.
thank you, Mimi, so much. So I just and that was genuine. Like I said, when I did it, it was genuine. As far as the content, when you guys put the content out, and May says she feed the whole hood. So I already told you, it ain't nothing personal. I'm going to eat every time that the hood is fed, right? I'm
Right.
trying to make a bag. So even if I make a little bag, big bag, middle bag, it don't matter. I'm gonna comment and give my rhetoric on what's been put out publicly, right? And I think we have
Right.
that understanding that I'm not trying to be your mom. I don't care about it, but I'm still gonna speak on it
Right.
because it's public, right? And I think we have that understanding because even so, you still been coming inside the live. So I think we have that
Yes.
understanding.
Yes. Mhm.
What do you think? And I can't. I cannot lie and say that when you have went live on TikTok or that when you have went live on Facebook that your place was dirty. I've always seen your place clean, and I've always seen you in there feeding them fucking boys.
Exactly. Period. Again,
So
clock that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, so what do you feel about that? What do you feel about some of the things that she was saying about you today as a mom, and just just anything? What do you want to say? Because she does watch us, even though she lies, say she don't, because she be speaking in subs about a lot of shit that we say over here.
Girl, I can confirm she watches you because she texted me about some comments that I had specifically left in your chat the other night about her trauma bonding with Dimples and what was the other one I said? I said that she had a crush on her and she definitely texted me about that. I'll be dropping those receipts too. But
Everybody say, "Hey May, hey May."
Hey
but
May.
my
Yes.
opinion,
Mm-hmm.
my opinion is Kate, no triple B word that came over to my house on multiple occasions to get whatever it is she was coming to get out of coming to my house. Turn around and
Mm-hmm.
cap on my body, my parenting, or how my house is carried. When any
Mhm.
opportunity you get, you over here, up in it.
Right. Right.
And when you know it's not factual, like I can't take nothing personal from a person that told me that they're going to get on the internet and lie on me because it fits their narrative.
Right.
You've told me that to my face, so I already know that's what you're going to do. So I'm not going to take offense to it. I'm going to pop my stuff the same way you popped yours. But that's my whole thing. It's like, why do you always double down to mentioning my kids? Whether it's you talking bad about my kids or you talking bad about me, why do my kids always end up coming up in the conversation? I just don't understand that. My kids ain't did nothing to you. You talk about, oh, my kid was asking grown folks questions. If my son wanted to know why you disrespected his mother by saying I'm a bad mom online, and he chose to ask you that, it's not like I coerced him into asking you that. He chose to ask her that. If that's something he wants to ask you, why would you say that about my mom? He has every right to ask you that. Period.
Mm.
If your kid heard you being disrespected or found out that you were being disrespected, I would be more offended by the fact that it didn't bother my child that somebody said some things that I know for that my child knows for a fact isn't true and didn't feel the need to be like, hey, so why would you say that? What's wrong with that? How is that being in grown folks' business? Because he asked you why you said what you said about me. But she
Oh.
can't there and say that anytime that she's come to my house, that my kids haven't been sent to their room. Like I said on my live, you said the first time we ever got into it after being together or whatever you want to call it, the little pre-trial stuff, you said that my kids, whenever you come over here, are locked in their room. But then you turn around and say that my kids are in grown folks' conversations or whatever was happening around kids and all that type of weird stuff. Girl, figure out which lie you want to tell. Because I could have swore you said they were locked in their room, but they were never locked in their room. It's just I know Maybay doesn't know how to be appropriate. And I don't want my kids, and had it been Maybay or anybody else, when grown folks is talking, kids ain't sitting around me. That's how I was raised. We didn't sit around as kids up under adults while they talking or doing whatever they doing. That's just not how I was raised, and that's not how I'm gonna raise my kids either. Especially knowing I have a son that is capable of talking, is capable of understanding, and may turn around and possibly repeat some stuff that he heard. He not finna sit up under me while I'm talking. No. So
Yeah.
again, how does that make me a bad mom?
Girl, she was trying everything today, honey. She was like, y'all had sex in the living room while the kids was in their room and they could just walk out. And she was like, no, because the kids could walk out. She was like, but she was too concerned with getting that thing ate. She was
Girl,
like, really?
anytime,
Mm-hmm.
Nikki, a right hand to God, anytime that me and May have done anything together, it's because that woman has initiated groping on me or touching me first. And when you into somebody or that's your intimate partner, I'm sorry, we all grown here. You gonna pop that thing open for your intimate partner. Period. So you can't sit here and say that I just randomly chose whenever we're having conversation or we just sitting here chilling to grope you or to do anything to you in any area of my house. Girl, you touch me first, which is another reason why I tell my kids, go to y'all's room. Don't be out here when she's over here because I know she can't keep her hands to herself. And let me be real. This is my house where I pay bills. If I want to get slutted out in my living room, in my bedroom, in the privacy of my house, I can. But ain't nobody sitting in front of no children. And again, you're grown. You got how many years on me? You acted like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't initiate us sleeping together in the living room to begin with. You touched me first, and I was just like, okay, shit, let's get it popping. Were there
So
kids
did
out there though? No.
do you have proof, boo, that she when she go to these orgy parties? Because we already had speculated that when she go to these orgy parties, she's like I refrain from using kid in the candy store just because of the situation, right? So she's a fat kid and a fat bitch in a bakery. You can't put my big ass in a bakery, right? Because I love cake. Can't put me in a bakery and say that I ain't gonna buy a piece of cake. So we already speculated that when she goes to these orgy parties that she in there fucking. You guys, she actually told you that she had sex with somebody in there other than Dimples?
Yes, she did. And the unfortunate part about it is I was so pissed off about that whole situation. Look, I'm not even gonna lie to you that not only did I block her, but because the phone that I use, like you actually can call me on when I'm not home, is an
Right.
Android. When I blocked her, it automatically gives you the option to like report it as spam or whatever. I had just
Hmm.
went through and deleted that thread. Somebody said there was a way for me to get it back though, and I need to know how because I will gladly present those receipts too. She absolutely slept with somebody else at that orgy party other than Dimples, and she was hot and ready to do it,
Has it
which
been
makes
more
me
than 30
wonder.
days? Has it been more than 30 days since you erased it?
No, no, because that
No,
was
so
recent.
you
That was what, a
definitely
couple weeks
can.
ago.
You can get it back. You can get it back. I'll try to send you the information on how you can get it back because we want to see those receipts. Because if you did not, if it's been less than 30 days, you when you go inside your gallery and you hit that button on the top of Android, it's like a three button or something. It's gonna say trash. It's gonna show you what's in the trash. It's gonna show you what's in all your other folders of images, and you can definitely restore that to
Yeah,
your
I need that. I
gallery.
need that because I got tea on that too. And I
Yes.
absolutely am hot and ready to expose it. And my whole thing with that situation is that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to deal with her any further because I'm sorry, regardless of whether I decide to lay down with you, and everybody's entitled to their opinion about me deciding to lay down with her because, I can't take y'all's opinion from y'all. But just because I decided to lay down with you doesn't mean that I want to lay down with any and everybody else that you're laying down with too. I didn't
Yeah,
consent
at
to
the
that.
end
I
of the
didn't
day,
sign up for
opinions
that.
are like assholes. We all have them. You grown. So at the end of the day, you going to do what you want to do with your body. Like I said before, it's your body. Can't nobody necessarily tell, can't nobody, period, not even necessarily. Can't nobody tell you what to do, but that doesn't mean that people are not going to have opinions and speak on it. And it's just for you to say, fuck it, I did it. This is my truth. Either you gonna like it or you gonna dislike it, and if you speak on it either way, it shouldn't affect you because you did it.
Right. And that's how I feel.
That's
I
it.
don't I don't lie about it. I don't need to lie about it. Okay? It's done. It's over with.
Right.
So,
In Tibby voice, and I can't even lie about it. Sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry,
but
y'all.
even with the other stuff, my whole thing about that was you were quick to sleep with people at that orgy party. How many other people have you slept with at these parties? Because you claim you go to a lot of them.
Right, right, right.
And I'm sorry, you were quick to do it then. So how am I supposed to believe that you ain't ever did it before? Like, let's be honest here.
And how many other
Sorry.
I
people
mean,
have
but
they
that's
did
the
it with?
act
And
she
how many
showed.
other
But
people
that
have? Go ahead, baby.
I'm sorry, Clint.
No,
I
you
think
good.
she kind of displayed. I think she displayed that, Nisi. I don't know if you would agree, but I think she displayed that before y'all even met and got together. Like when you saw her on the social platform, like how she could sleep with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is her thing to do, right? Like she'll fuck with whoever fuck with her for real, for real.
Yeah, but
So I
excuse
got a
my French. I didn't know that that meant you actually go to the dirtiest and the lowest of the low of these hoe parties out here and you'll pick up any strange whatever and sleep with them. It's different when you out here exposing how many partners you got, whatever, which considered your personal life. But it's a different story when you're going to random parties and you're linking up with random ass people. Neither of y'all know each other's status and y'all are just doing whatever y'all doing.
But
That
hold on,
is
I
Niecy.
mean,
can't
hold
nobody
on
She
get
now. Wait a
actually
judged.
minute.
told
Hold
on
on.
the
Hold
fact that
on.
she did that. She actually told
Yeah,
on the
and
fact that she did that.
not only that, Niecy, the same way she met you, she'd have met everybody on social media. Those are strangers when they come in her household. Those are strangers. When she meets somebody at the strip club, that's a stranger that she's meeting that she's decided to have sex with. When she spoke to you, y'all were strangers before y'all met in person. You know what I'm saying? And
Correct.
y'all did what y'all did. So this is a part of her character. Like you're not. It's not being changed because you came in the picture, or it's not different because she said she don't be fucking everybody. It's what she display. You know what I'm saying? Like words and
Right.
speaking on something and the actions of the person doing is two different things. You know, it only adds up when you speaking about what you actually doing. And what she didn't do was say she was a hoe. What she liked it to say was Ivan and Chosen was fucking everybody. She barely touched anybody. But as we can see for ourselves, everybody was still her bitch and she had them first and they fucked. So she had already displayed that she's a easy target as far as going to fuck anybody. You know what I'm saying?
But my
I
whole thing
think
about it
what
is,
it
can
is.
we really even put her? Can we really even put her in the category of a hoe? Because hoes get paid. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to know. I am a previous hoe. I am an ex hoe. Okay. With that being said, I'm not showing up to no motherfucking orgy party, putting my mouth on people and not getting cash in my hand immediately before anything happens. That's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not going down like that.
No,
It ain't.
Okay,
she a
so she not
munch.
a hoe. She
She
not
a
a hoe.
munch.
She a
She not
slut.
a hoe. She a munch.
She not a
She
hoe,
a
she a
munch.
slut.
She
But
don't.
let's say this about a hoe. One thing you see prostitutes is a lot of them bitches is gonna pull a Jimmy hat out before a nigga do. Like, I can't suck this like this. I can't fuck you like this. I gotta put on you gotta put this on. So that makes it even worse. And let's not forget that every woman who she said she had been with, she said they were dirty. They pussy was dirty. They stank. Oh, I didn't fuck them. I just fucked them with the toy, and I let Ivan and Chosen have it. Yeah, but you went back and sucked Ivan. Ivan went back and ate you. Chosen went back and ate you. You went back and ate Chosen. So you might as well just have. Okay, I don't have no more. So you might as well have went in and did the same thing with them. You might as well have joined in. And like I said before, you're not buying new toys. You're using recycled toys.
Either way,
Mm-hmm.
I see it as pleasure is pleasure. And even if you didn't put your mouth on somebody, still being willing to go down and do anything to them on any level or accord is still having intimacy with them in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter to what extent. That's how I look at it, especially when it comes to women on women. Because there's only so much two women
Right.
can do there.
But again, this is what she's been displaying. So this is
Oh, and
really not, this shouldn't be a surprise or nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand where you coming from and what you're saying. But the fact that this been a thing, I want to know your thought process and why you felt like it was any different from what it has already been displayed. Why did you think it was any different? Why do you feel a bit surprised? Not, or I wouldn't say surprised, but even having this conversation, I feel like you should have been more prepared. Why don't you
it's
feel
not
like you
even
was
that I
more
was
prepared?
surprised or that I wasn't prepared. It was that, like I told y'all, I found out about the whole situation at that party the same time as everybody else did. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know to what depths of what happened or who linked with who until everybody else found out. And for me, it
So
wasn't
during
more
it,
so
I'm sorry,
surprise,
I
it
don't
was
mean to
more
cut
so
you off.
disgusting.
Okay, one thing before you finish that. So during this time, did you feel like you and May was on a better understanding with communication wise during this time? That's why it kind of surprised you when you found out about the party on social media. You felt like she could have communicated that with you. She should have, from the previous conversations y'all had about what y'all was doing this time.
No, so the only reason why I felt any type of way about that party is because that woman had invited me to that party all in the same instance. Okay. Of course, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go and I didn't consent to going. I did tell her, like, shit, I got to think about that because I don't know nothing about that scenery. And again, I don't know her godmother or trust her enough to just be like, hey, let me leave my kids with you, right? But my whole thing about it is, even then, you had been sent Dimples that flyer way before asking me if I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? You never mentioned it. You didn't say anything about it. And the next morning, I'm waking up to that's exactly what was posted on the internet. So hell yeah, I feel some type of way because I feel like you was on some sneaky, slick, and sly shit, and that's weird to me. Why did
So
you
what
feel that that
happened?
was
So
necessary?
she said you end up texting her back like, fuck it, I'll go. I wanna go. And what happened with that? Why you didn't end up going when you told her you would go
I
after you
think
changed
that
your mind
she
about going?
So I think that she had put two and two together that she forgot that she had already invited old girl. And you know, May, when she's about to do some shit that she feels is going to be a shocker for the internet, then she'll be like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Not to include, even though I was like, damn, I kind of want to go and I would have probably went, I still hadn't 100% made up my mind about going. So yeah, I considered it because I've never been there before and I'm a freaky bitch too. I like to see people doing a little nasty stuff. Not to say that I would have joined because again, if I'm not getting fucking paid, I ain't doing shit. But I was like, I ain't never been. I want to see what the scenario is like, but I hadn't confirmed 100% if I would go. And by then, she had already said what she said about, oh, well, this is what's happening. My God, mom's busy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. Is what
I
it
always
is.
wanted to go and watch because I'm a voyeur and I ain't even lied about it. So, but now that I know the shit that is being passed around, bitch, I will stay home and watch porn for free and
I'm
safely
with you now.
and fucking
But yeah,
That
safely.
even
part.
then, she can't say that there's ever been one time that I've ever 100% been like, oh yeah, have your godmom come over and watch my kids. She can't say that. She
Right,
can't show proof of
right.
it 'cause it's never happened.
No, I think, and I don't think you lying about that. One thing I can say, you just be like upfront with it. Like, listen, it is what it is. If you needed a night out, you be like, bitch, I'm a mom. I needed a night out. This is what the fuck it is. Like, I basically think that with you, it is what it is, and you get what the fuck you get, right? Now, as far as Whitney, like, what's going on with that situation? Because that shit is so fucking weird, Nisi.
You mean like the recent stuff?
Just
Yeah,
period.
why
Like
she
the
don't go
fact,
live no more? Why she don't go
right?
live no more? Why she don't give us lit with no more?
Girl, because Litwit gets threatened to be left every time. And although Litwit knows that what they got going on is dysfunctional as hell, Litwit
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to have to start back from square one. So even though
Right,
they
she ain't
both
trying to go back
barely
to her
like each
mama house.
other 99% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
Litwit is going to play her position accordingly. But that
Yes,
don't mean
yeah.
that Litwit ain't everywhere agreeing to whatever she's agreeing with while she's listening to lives. I've watched her listen to Connie's lives and everybody else's lives, so I know for a fact that she is
I
just
just
so
told Twin
caught
last
up in it
night
like
she be
everybody
watching
else.
Tibby laughing. I just told Twin last night she be watching Tibby. She be laughing too when she be talking about Maybe. I know she do.
But that's why I said
Go
what I
ahead.
said this morning. Like, I feel like Whitney sees it as, okay, well, I got somebody stuck. Basically, they both look at each other like, okay, you're stuck with me because I'm not going to leave you. You're not going to leave me. And at this point, we might as well accept each other for who each other is. But again, the narrative you're trying to paint about your wife being 100% a touch me not, I'm sorry. I'm not falling for that because if she was, she wouldn't have been so quick to do whatever she did with Niche and then turn around and do whatever she done let Dimples do or however with her either. That's how I see it. You don't have all that energy and animosity or not animosity, but tension built up for, that kind of drive with your wife, but you have it when it comes to other individuals. And that alone should tell you something. And to be honest, I'd be embarrassed if I was made to get on this internet and brag about what the next person can do to my wife and I can't do nothing to her at all. I'm sorry.
Mm. Mm.
Like, let's be real. Whitney didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
she was at the last time we linked. Whitney didn't even know she was at my house, bro.
Oh, for real?
Whitney did not know she was at my house. Whitney called right while we was in the middle of doing the do. She missed the
Oh,
girl
did she
call.
answer the
Call
phone?
her
Did she
back.
answer?
Girl, she called her back. She let Whitney go to the voicemail and then called Whitney back. We were still doing what we was doing. And was like, oh yeah, I'm at Niecy's house. She's like, you didn't tell me you were going to Niecy's house. She's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't tell you. And then Whitney
Nisi,
said
you
something
missed
that
your
I couldn't
opportunity
hear.
to slut. Nisi, you missed your opportunity to slut her out. Why you ain't make her answer the phone for Whitney while she was eating your coaching?
Girl, the phone was on the other side of the room. People don't know. They don't be worried about no Whitney when she over here, girl. She don't give a
Oh,
damn about that phone ringing.
oh,
She'll call you
girl.
back when she get back to you.
Oh, oh, Lord. This is scandalous. Did
Mm.
she ever pull up talk to you about Whitney or Ivan and just, in depth?
Both. This time around, I'm not gonna lie though, since after the first time that we officially like stopped fooling with each other back in October,
Mm-hmm.
now she doesn't say anything about Whitney when she comes around because she knows better. She knows what
Okay.
to say and what not to say because the moment she gets on this internet and whoofs on me, I'm a tell and I don't give a fuck.
Period. I
So
would.
she doesn't say anything about Whitney, but every time she comes around, she mentions Ivan and Chanel.
Oh.
And then she'll requote what I said on the internet when I had told y'all when we fell out back in October. And I was
Yeah.
like, all she does is talk about her exes and obsess about them. That's all she wants to conversate about. And she'll throw
Right.
that shit back
Right.
in my face like, oh, wait, let me change the conversation because I don't need you going on there saying that all I talk about is Ivan and Chanel. But that's the truth.
Oh my
It's the truth.
God. Did you ever feel like 100% comfortable, like after you guys had fell out and got back? Like, did you ever feel like I could still let my guards down, or was you like fucking her, like fuck it, I don't wanna, be with nobody new. So let me just one eye open, one eye closed, bust this nut and get out of here. What's up?
That's it. I wasn't attached to her this time around at all. Even when we got back together and she told everybody on what was it, YouTube, that we were back in a relationship, I wasn't attached to her like that then. I was just, trying to, I'm a grown ass woman. I have needs too. And I'm not like her. I'm not for just going around and sleep with everybody. I never have been. And if there ain't no coin to it, I'm absent. So yeah, I'm gonna get my rocks off with the same person I've been sleeping with. But as far as
So,
having feelings for you and all that, I don't have that no more.
so
So
speaking of
why was
those
the
needs,
react? So why the reaction the way the reaction is? Why you still not getting your rocks off? Because you could still be getting your rocks off if the the emotions and the feelings
Because
wasn't
if
in there.
she's gonna be going around sleeping with random ass people on OnlyFans all the time or orgy parties, and I don't know who all these people are and where they mouse been, or if they got something worse than what she got, I
But I
don't
think
want
that's
that
what
on
you
my body.
originally
Period.
signed up. But I think you originally signed up for that though, niece. Seriously, like you originally signed up for that when you got with Maybay, and Maybay was claiming to be gonna be doing OnlyFans and looking for people. She still was looking for people when you, her, and Niche got together at one point.
But just
She's still been
imagine.
looking for.
But that's the thing. Y'all only see what happens on screen. Y'all don't see everything that happens behind the scenes. So if a bitch is coming over here telling me the only people that she's been sleeping with is me and then Niche, because she didn't even mention her wife. She said
I
me
know,
and
baby.
Niche
I
were the
know,
only
but then
people she was
so
sleeping
now
with.
you allowing your
And
ears to clog your sight because, but she's saying this, but she's displaying. I'm looking for somebody. Where Polly Princess? Where Polly Princess? I need to do OnlyFans. Like it's
but
the
clearly she
obvious
wasn't
is
finding it though. But clearly she
right. But
wasn't
if it
finding
did,
it
but
though.
so you didn't prepare yourself for when she did. Then so you weren't prepared for when she
Exactly.
did. You was
So
like,
me
this bitch
being
ain't gonna ever
prepared,
find nobody.
no, I was prepared because you see how quick I said, okay, I ain't fucking with you no more. Just because that's what you decide to do with your life doesn't mean that I have to be cool with it. Period. The moment that I found out, okay, now she's sleeping with other people, okay, I'm good. I'm done. Like, I don't need sex to that extent to where I have to keep sleeping with you, knowing that you're going to be sleeping with everybody. Now that you're actively doing it, I want no parts. Period. Simple.
But
And
here it
I don't
is,
see
you
there being a
laid your
problem
life
with
down.
me.
But listen, you laid your health and life down. You willing to catch some, possibly got some, because this is what you've been saying. You don't know yet. You gotta get tested, but possibly catch something from somebody that you possibly won't ever be dealing with again after this year is over. And then your future come along. Now you looking back. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I should have never fucked with this person in the first place. So why not be careful with the decisions that we make, right? Because there's careful ways to go about it, meaning let me not fuck with her, let me not risk my health and my life because I've been spared, right? Yeah, she got it, I accept her for it, but I ain't gotta fuck with her when she got a breakout. You were willing to take her with the breakouts and all those things. Why would you put your life on the line for someone that's temporarily in the moment? I think I asked you this the last time, and I understand you grown and need your choices, but what I'm saying is, why is that your choice for yourself, baby? What is that thought process? Like, what do
Hold
you
on one
tell
second,
yourself
Purple,
that
because I
this?
know my background is loud. I'm going to mute for a second while you talk.
I just want to know what your thought process is behind laying your life on the line like that for such a thing that's so temporary.
I just feel like
That you
at the end of the day, that was my choice. Like I said, I'm not a person that's out here for everybody. I never have been. So when I made my
Right, I know
choice,
that,
like we
baby. But
all know,
listen,
I
stop,
knew what
stop,
I was
stop. So
getting
you
myself
said
into.
I'm not out, right? But now you're limiting even that part of
Okay.
you by contaminating yourself with her. What is that decision you're making with yourself? This is just you. This Niecy versus Niecy. This Niecy and Niecy having a conversation with Niecy, right? Like, all right, bitch, this what we doing. I'ma lay my shit down. This could possibly not work out. I could possibly catch some shit from this bitch, right? And then my future. Do we not think to that point of or to that much? Do we not think that far in the future, or is it that we just like living in the moment of
Well,
things?
I can't say that I didn't think that far into the future, because if anybody ever thought that I just was over here clueless thinking that me and May were going to be together forever and it was going to be a happy go lucky situation, they're absolutely wrong. I didn't even go into the situation with May thinking that it was going to be forever. And maybe, you could
Exactly.
say
So
that that's
stop.
me
So
lacking
stop.
self
So that's
respect for myself, but I
okay.
still decided to make whatever choice I decided to make. And that just is what it is. And if I have to suffer those consequences, that's on me. Period.
Mm, mm.
I feel you. I feel you. Oh, this
And
has
that's
been
me taking
interesting.
accountability. This isn't me blaming. I'm not trying to blame
No, it
nobody. I'm
is.
saying,
It is.
No, you did
What
that.
was
You said that.
right? Whether
You
anybody
took your
agrees,
accountability.
right? Whether anybody in the comments or anybody watching or even us, whether we agree or disagree, that right there is just it is accountability. It's saying I did what I wanted to do, and that's the fuck it. That like this is one thing we
That's it.
can't say.
That's simple,
You have
baby.
always did that.
I respect that. You hear me?
Right.
That's why I
Right.
wanted to know. I wanted to understand the thought process behind that. Because again, I've done shit because I've been in the moment of things. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think about it until after it had happened. And as I grew, the decisions I started to make, I had to sit with myself sometimes. Like, okay, now why is you settling for this? Why is you choosing to take this on? What are you gaining from this? I had to have them conversations with myself. So I wanted to understand the thought process because you still have a beautiful life ahead of you, right? You still got time. You still got time to change and do a whole 360 around this bitch if you wanted to tomorrow. Maybe on the other hand, it's out of there. You feel me? So I just wanted to understand that because you were spared. So why lay your life down for this temporary situation? So thank you for your honesty, baby. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm not, I'm